in 1985, I was in bed in the particular house that I recall with my wife, and we had two small children in other bedrooms. When I woke up suddenly and saw bluish light coming from the living room, and then I told my wife I need to check on this. She saw it also, and I was about to get up off the bed, and I couldn't move. I was paralyzed. I struggled and struggled. I recall sweating it out, trying to get my mobility back. I couldn't. Next thing I see a figure in my doorway of the bedroom. It was a hooded figure. I couldn't see the face, or don't recall seeing the face. And after that, there were small beings in the room. They seemed like children to me at the time. This was way before people were talking about little alien grays, and I didn't know why children would be in the room, but at one point they lifted me off the bed, not using their hands or anything. I just was lifted off the bed and taken to my bedroom window, which I had locked. I didn't think they knew how to unlock it. They were so small. But at any rate, they didn't bother with that. They just took me right through the window. I know that sounds ridiculous, but
I've heard that from multiple people, and just to stop there for a second, because we've heard it too for that Brazil Colares incident, that they somehow can penetrate actual walls and windows, which takes some people right out of it when they start hearing that type of thing.
Yeah, well, this is what I'm telling you. I retrieved from 4 different sessions of hypnotherapy in order to recall these things, because I hadn't recalled, again, the details afterwards. And anyway, they took me through the window. There was a bright light in my backyard. And then the next thing I knew, I was on a operating table in a hospital, but it wasn't a hospital. I was shown a long needle. They placed it right in front of my eyes, very long needle, seemed like, and they told me telepathically they were going to insert this into my groin area. But it wouldn't hurt.
Through your head, sorry to laugh about that, but what's going your head when you see this needle and you get that thought in you?
Well, I'm sure I was terrified. But they said it wouldn't hurt. But when they started their procedure, it hurt like hell. And I remember the pain. It was horrendous pain, the worst pain I'd ever felt. And I expressed that to them, and the pain went away almost immediately after I, expressed it was very painful. Again, I'm speculating, but I think they took semen from me in that instance. When they were finished, I sat up on the table, escorted by 2 grays over to a molded seating area in the side of the craft, then taken to another cubicle. Another ET turned me around, poked 2 fingers down my spine like this, just a gentle touch, and that was that. I was
What
taken
was
out
the texture of the hand like? Did it feel similar to human skin, or how did it feel?
I'm sorry, say that again.
for the texture of the skin when the guy was touching you? Did he have gloves on, or did you have a shirt on, or could you feel if his touch felt any different than?
I'm pretty sure I was naked, but the touch, I don't recall whether it was sharp or soft or whatever. It wasn't painful. I had the feeling he was just checking my nervous system or something. You have the spinal column. But that was that. And that was taken along a corridor. Again, we were floating. We weren't walking. I remember floating along this corridor and then bright light at the end. And I was back in my bed. Next morning, I didn't recall any of that. Neither did my wife. We didn't speak about it for some 24 years later. We were in Ireland, and there was a lady up there talking about her abduction experience. And she said at one point, then the bedroom filled with blue light, and that triggered something in my head. I asked my wife, who was sitting next to me, if she recalled seeing a blue light in her bedroom at one point, and she said yes. And that's when I knew it was not a dream. It was a real event. And I started getting hypnotherapy sessions at that point.
I recently talked to some scientists who are also engineers that said they were tracking one of these orbs in the New York area, and they shot like a flash towards it to try and get a heat reaction. And for about 45 seconds, there was some reaction back that made them unable to move their lower bodies from the waist down, like a paralyzing effect. So from that and hearing you talk, it seems like they might have some type of technology that could quickly paralyze people.
Yeah, they are very advanced. I think, again, they know about our genetic makeup.